Welcome back. In our last video we colored the background and the shirt of our portrait, our self-portrait. We talked about oil pastels and using a pressure that was hard or light, and we talked about overlapping with blending and texture. Then we learned that by blending we could make the skin color, and I asked you to take some time and figure out what you want to make for your skin color by looking in your mirror. I kind of came up with, for me, I'm going to use this kind of peach color and this purple. I found this purple and I kind of experimented up there, and if I just color lightly it makes it ever so darker, and if I rub it back and forth it kind of gives just a little bit darker look than that peach color. Okay, and then I might end up adding just a little bit of brown over the top of it, you know, in places where there are some shadows, and blending it in like that. Okay, so I'm going to get started on my skin color and just kind of work through it silently as just to show you the first kind of skills here, and then you can work on your skin color as well. So I'm just going to not talk. If you're Mr. Lundgren watching, you can fast forward this part and kind of narrate it. Notice how I'm coloring in lightly my skin to begin with. Then I'm going to take the purple or magenta-y color and just go right over it lightly as well. Almost nobody's skin color is going to come right out of the box and be perfect just with the pastel that you find in there. Okay, so everyone's going to need to adjust just a little bit, and I actually want you to, so that we can have a little bit of interesting look. Okay, then I'm going to take my finger and I'm going to blend that area together. Okay, now I'm going to go back with just a little bit of brown, like I said. I'm just going to color in a little bit of shadow right underneath my eye and over here underneath my eye, and that's going to kind of like make my nose stick out a little bit. See how that works? Not a lot, so it looks like I have bags under my eyes, but just enough so that it makes my nose stand up a little bit more. Okay, I'm going to do the same thing right down here by my lip. It's going to make my lip stand out just a little bit more. Then I'm going to do like a pretty fair coating underneath my chin, because that is going to be a shadow, right? Kind of like that. Alright, and that's going to give us a little bit different look than just coloring right out of the box. So I want you to add a couple colors over the top. I'm going to take this pink, kind of add it right up on my cheek a little bit. A little cheek pink right there. Alright, now I'm going to get to the rest of it. I'm going to do my lips. Lips are usually some kind of pinkish warm color. So I'm going to use this pink color on top. And usually the top lip is a little bit darker. Like that. and the bottom lip is a little bit lighter because there's light falling on it. So I'm going to kind of color it in a little bit like that. Now for the hair, everyone has different kind of hair. With your hair, it's really fun if you take kind of whatever color you want your hair to be and color it lightly. Some parts light, some parts dark. And then you use the texture from another color to make like the lines for your hair. Maybe you want it to be dark, maybe you want it to be light, maybe you want to have the overlapping of the light, overlapping of the dark. Kind of like this. So you're overlapping right on top, but you're not really blending. Okay, something like that. All right, now the last piece is find yourself a dark oil pastel, preferably black, and outline along your pencil lines. Okay, so give me a thumbs up when everyone's done with this. Great, now what we're going to do is take our black oil pastel and we're just going to outline right over the top of our lines that we drew at first. All right, so there's our finished self-portrait. We used oil pastels and talked about pressure of hard versus light, overlapping creating blending, and overlapping creating texture. So that concludes our simple self-portrait finished in oil pastels.